Well, my little walk across the pontoon bridge accidentally turned the camera off. I was holding it against my chest, thinking that it wouldn't, but it did. So let's just say I made it. I don't know how much of my journey made it on the video, but I made it. The sun is very bright today. There's not a cloud in the sky, and it is totally windy. Up here's Fort Wilderness. Spent many years playing in there as a kid. Not anymore. Used to be a snack bar in here, and in my 20s and 30s I used to like to come here and get a chocolate chip cookie and a root beer, and I would come over here and stand behind the fort back here. And unfortunately it's already gone by, so we won't see it, but I used to stand here and wait for the Mark Twain while I ate my chocolate chip cookie and sipped on my root beer. Did that a lot by myself, a few times with Jim. It's nice to have a snack bar on the island. Now the fort is being used, I guess, for the cast members of Fantasmic, like their dressing room or something, I guess. So, have to give up something to get something, I suppose. Used to be a little cemetery outside the back gate of the fort with one hole that was open, an open grave that little kids my size could lie down in. Oh, speaking of the Mark Twain, we are going to catch it on the other side of the island. This used to be one of my favorite spots to come and get away from everybody. Back before Pirate's Lair, there was really nothing back here but a couple of these benches. And it was really quiet. Of course, it's quiet now because the island is just opened, but later on, this area will be swarmed with kids and people taking selfies and family photos, and it won't be that quiet little spot I remember anymore. Well, they've done a pretty good job of concealing Galaxy's Edge. I gotta say that. I was worried about it. A couple of the spires can be seen, but I think as the trees keep growing, they'll be covered up eventually. As far as from where I'm standing, I would never know that there's an alien world on the other side of those rocks, just waiting for us. Pine needle in my hair. These trees are crazy. When I was whoa, geese. When I was walking away from Splash Mountain, there were pine cones dropping from the trees, being blown by the wind. And there was no way of knowing where they were going to land next, or if they were going to hit you in the face. It was kind of scary. There used to be a huge tree right here. I think this is the stump. This tree right here started to lean real bad, like it was gonna fall over. And it was one of the dominant trees in this little area. But they had to cut it down. When I was eating my cookie and having my root beer, I would stand up there and contemplate just how long it would be before the tree actually fell over. But they cut it down before that happened. Tasmic stage. This is where it all happens. I was going to talk about that treehouse over there and how I spent a lot of time up there too, kind of doing things that were illegal at the time but aren't legal in California anymore. I'll say no more. Actually, there's several times in several different areas of the park that those activities occur. Another one on Tom Sawyer's Island, I actually got caught, which wasn't too fun, but kind of a funny story. I was going through what was then Injun Joe's Cave and had a little pipe with me and took a little puff before I made my exit. And as I was exiting, a security person was entering from the other side. I mean, he was coming in the exit as I was going out the exit. And apparently he smelled what was going on in there and came rushing back out and stopped me and said, who was in there just now? And I said, well, I saw a couple of kids going in there. I was about like 26 or something like that. And he was about to walk away and look for these kids that I was talking about. But, as it turned out, I was wearing a t-shirt with a huge marijuana leaf on it. So, he and I had a little talk. And he told me that he was brought up in the 60s and he knows how it is. And he thinks that even if it was legal, that Disneyland wouldn't allow it here. And he told me that there was still like 4 hours to go before the park closed. And he said, I don't want to spoil your day, so just keep that in your pocket and leave the island. I said, okay. I was caught more than once. One time with Jim on the Skyway. We went through the Skyway, and when it goes through the Matterhorn, we would take a little puff. And one time when we got from Tomorrowland to Fantasyland, after our little puff, the guy unloading us in Fantasyland told us that there were cameras in the Matterhorn and that we better knock it off. So we did. We've never actually gotten any trouble really, but getting caught is bad enough. If only you knew how many times I wasn't caught, though. Never caught on the People Mover. Caught doing it sitting on the snack tables underneath the People Mover. Does that count? Wasn't on the ride, actually. Yeah, I was up there once having myself a little break, and it was like a Wednesday, and there was nobody else on the island because I was on the first raft and I was the only one on it. And I immediately came here because I knew there was no security on here because they hadn't arrived yet. And I was up there thinking, you know something, if there was an earthquake right now and this thing fell over, nobody would probably even know that I was up here. Look at that wind. I hope you can hear me. Sadly, you can't go in the treehouse anymore. The entrance is blocked by these rocks and a makeshift kind of gate made out of sticks and boards, and then I see an oar in there too. Used to be able to climb up inside that tree, go into the treehouse, and come back down the other side. Yeah, that's an oar. Alright, I think it's time to journey back across. I think my Fast Pass for Star Tours is expired. I hope you appreciate the sacrifice I made for you. It's kind of a shame to leave all this beautiful greenery. Sawyer Island is really gotten nice and full, and everything is blooming for spring after all that rain that we've had. But sadly, we got to go back over to the other side. No, not sadly. It's just, I can't spend all day here. Actually, I could, but I can't. So I'm not gonna record the trip back. You can just play the trip over here backwards and you'll get the idea. Alright, I'll go over the suspension bridge. Oh. Who have we here? I hope this isn't one of those attacking geese. He's gonna bite my head off. Hello. Are you enjoying the wind? Is it too windy to fly? Is that why you're standing here? It's not my fault. No, I didn't have anything to do with it. Well, I guess I'll leave you to it. And you have a good day. And don't pick anybody's eyes out. I think I'm really upsetting him. I wish I had something for you. Would you like to go over the suspension bridge? Everybody's a critic. Uh-oh, I might meet him on the other side. He's going to think I'm stalking him. Call security. No harassing the Disneyland geese. I think that's a goose. I don't know what the heck it is, really. Oh, now there's two of them. They're joining forces. They're gonna attack. Better get out of here. I know when I'm licked. Alright, from a very sunny Tom Sawyer Island, I'll say goodbye. And on to another adventure. It's not really an adventure. Just tagging along with me. That's all. See, this is where the security guard came in. As I was coming out of this, going the right way. See, even up here it says. The security guy, he came in. And it was right about here he encountered me. And that's when he stopped me because he smelled something. I thought I was being discreet. And right over here where these benches are is where he sat me down and had his little chat with me. Ah, the good old days. I thought I said goodbye already, but I guess I didn't. So, goodbye.